Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Shura and Barcode on Orbital Shipyard. In the bottom left of the map, we have the blue Protoss player representing LBW, it is Barcode. And in the top right side of the map, we have the red Zerg player representing the nation of Canada, it is Scarlett. Yes, Shura is Scarlett, a player from Canada. And this is from Nation Wars 3. I can't figure out who this player is, but I've cast a couple of games between pro players and this player, so I assume it's a professional player. And I'm wondering if this is Lilbo, but I don't think Canada actually played France in Nation Wars 3. All I can say is they play the Netherlands, and I'm not entirely sure which player from the Netherlands this is, but let's take a look at what's going on in the game. Shura is actually going spawning pool first here. A surprising play. Don't see much of this in the pro level, to be entirely honest. And it looks like, is that a Nexus first? It is. Whoa, 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 whoa. So Barcode going for the Nexus first versus a spawning pool first here from Shura. And that could be a big problem. There is a gateway going to wall this off. A cybernetics core if we can get up in time, or perhaps another pylon. There is definitely a probe scout here to check this out. And the drone might be able to block this in time for these 8-lings to show up. So checking on the timing of that gateway, recognizing, okay, that's not a gate first here. That has to be a second gate. 2 gas on the way for Barcode as well. Double assimilator coming up. And that next is about 50% complete. So Scarlett needs to do a bunch of damage to win this game right now. I mean, there's no way that she can come back from this. The drone is desperately trying to hold off this pylon or this cybernetics core from getting up. Another probe being comes down, and yes, the double gate is now up. They can still get through here. Lings can get through here. Oh, there we go. There's the pylon. There's the full wall off. This is why you scout, ladies and gentlemen. That poor probe does end up dead, but guess what? Nothing else here is going to die. The Zealot is being chrono boosted out here. The Lings immediately going after the gateway. I don't know if they have enough DPS to take it down before this Zealot gets out. Another pylon coming up. More Lings on the way. And finally, Scarlett is taking another hatch. I don't think any more Lings are on the way after this total number of 14. Which is a lot here. Now again, the gateway is falling fairly quickly, but only so many Lings can actually get in here and hit it. As you can see, about 4 can attack this at any given time. Another 3 going on this one. Up top, walling off desperately here is Barcode. The gateway does end up falling. The Zealot is here, but nothing is really attacking it. Another gateway is canceled. Actually gets canceled with the refund. The Lings going after this pylon, desperately walling off is Barcode, trying to make this work. Scarlett's going for a 3rd hatch. But on the back of this, and no, Scarlett, you could do this. Oh, there's a cannon up. Never mind. Forge into cannon, which means the Lings will not be able to get up here. I don't think it can kill either this gateway or one of these pylons without losing a lot of Lings in the process. The cannons do 20 damage per hit. These Zerglings only have about 35 hit points, so getting 2-shot over and over and over. Plus the Zealot can help out if necessary. And I think Barcode has managed to stabilize here. If we take a look at what's going on, Barcode is fully walled off. These Lings really can't get through. Scarlett is not sending anything more here, not sending any Banelings, which is usually not a good idea against a good Protoss, just because force fields are so good against Baneling busts. And there's that cybernetics core, though. It's late, so I'm not sure if that would be effective anyway. A probe does get a full scout off. Nicely done, probe, seeing what's going on here with Scarlett back home. And the answer is 3 hatches. Income tab is 24 to 25. Harvesters fairly even on that route, so Scarlett didn't actually sacrifice a whole lot to make that happen. And units lost here. Let's take a look here. Units killed, workers killed. There's a resources lost tab here. 530. Wow, 530 resources lost here for Barcode. Only 50 for Scarlett. But do keep in mind, every single one of these Lings could be a drone. And Zerg players want drones more than anything else here. Income tab, again, 33 to 27. So every one of those Lings could be another... Every 2 of these Lings could be another drone, so it could be up to 40, 45 by now. But however, Scarlett is hanging in there fairly well. 50 supply out of 50 supply. A bit supply blocked, but that is A-OK. Barcode right now with the robotics facility, getting warp gate research and +1 attack. I wonder what Barcode was planning on going for before that attack. I'm sure that kind of throws off your build orders, throws off your timings to have that many Lings trying to break down your front door and desperately throwing up buildings, throwing up a cannon. I'm sure that forge is not intended to come out as early as it did, but it was going to be used for... Rather, is going to be used for plus ground weapons level 1 here. Overlord scouts on in to see what he can see. The answer is nothing. Probably just going to get shot to death by the Stalker. And yeah, so a bit of a slow period here. These Lings just kind of keep poking up to see what they could see. Again, all they can really make out, I think, is... Oh, I guess they could see the cybernetics core, the 2 gateways, the forge, the other... I guess they might think there was another cannon coming up, but there's not anymore. That was canceled a long time ago. 4 Zealots moving out. A Stalker trying to hold that line. The Lings do not have speed. Scarlett has not been going for speed here at all. Looks like she may be saving her gas. There's a lair here, possibly for roaches, possibly for ravagers. There is a roach warren on the way, but the Zealots running on out. I think this is enough Lings to actually surround and kill those. But reinforcing Zealots, 2 more on the way here. A 3rd Nexus coming up for Lilbo, not Lilbo. LBW barcode. I keep seeing that and thinking it's Lilbo, and I don't think it is. I don't think it is. If you know who it is, please let me know. I really would like to know before I cast another one of this player's games. So embarrassing to not know who this barcode professional player is in this tournament. You shouldn't be able to play as barcode, right? Shouldn't be able to play as a barcode in a professional tournament because on the replay packs, who knows who you are? Who knows who to root for, right? This could be somebody you guys all love, like a famous Protoss player that everybody is super in love with, and instead it's just, hey, it's Barcode versus Scarlett, and I don't know. If you like Scarlett, I guess that's okay, but otherwise, meh, right? So here come 4 Zealots inside this Warp Prism. There are a bunch of Lings and a couple Queens here stabbing away at that Warp Prism, trying to find a better place to land. The Lings kind of dancing back and forth here. The Zealots have popped on out, and Roaches coming to assist as well. The Queens stabbing away. This really shouldn't do too much at all to Scarlett. Might lose a Queen if she's not careful, but no. Both Queens are still alive, stabbing away at that Warp Prism. Did escape with 2 very wounded Zealots and a healthy Zealot, so nicely done. Taking care of your units there, Barcode. I like that. But more importantly, that 3rd Nexus is up. A 4th hatchery on the way for Scarlett, but a little bit late here. So I would say right now the Protoss player might be a little bit in the lead, at least economically. And definitely down 20 workers, that is very true, but a 3-base Protoss that is fully saturated can take on a 3-base Zerg fairly easily. I guess depending on composition and things, but any standard competent Protoss player should be able to pull that off here. Back in Zergland, what is going on? We have a Hydralisk Den and a Spire, speed, and +1 missile attack on the way. So a lot of stuff going on right now for Scarlett. You can see in this production tab, Glial Reconstitution just about to finish. Barcode with Immortals, Zealot Legs for that charge, Templar Archives on the way, maybe going for Archons, maybe going for Storm. That could be fun as well. The Ling tries to run in and see what's going on, just gets shot in the face, however, or shot in the back of the head, probably more accurate by that Mothership core. Going up to the top of the ramp, seeing what's happening, not much to see there. There is no base to check out. This Ling as well. Trying to see if there's a 4th Nexus. I think at this point Scarlett can assume there's a 3rd Nexus. Yeah, I actually saw that, so it doesn't have to assume anything. Creep spread looking all right. There we go. I like to see those creep tumors swimming across the creep like the Loch Ness monster. Swim, swim, swim. And there we go. Small push of straight Zealots actually heading on up with an Immortal, trying to kill this base. Warp Prism here as well, and I just don't know how this is going to do. Scarlett's army is pretty good with some Roaches here, and the Zealots go right to town. They have charge, which is very nice against these Roaches. Immortal trying to kill some stuff. Bunch of Roaches and a couple Lings. Another Warpin here. Warpin of Templar turning into Archons. Alright, needs to make this happen. Now, there are Hydras. That's going to be very, very useful. Absolutely. These Zealots do not do well at all against these Hydralisks. But again, the Archons with their plus damage to biological units, which is what all these guys are because they are all Zerg. Big problem. The Zealots are almost gone, though. That gets rid of the meat shield. Muta heading somewhere. Is there a rally way down there for those Mutas? I really don't know. Archon forced to retreat, and no, actually going to stand and fight here. When Archon dies, almost immediately the Zealots do try to take out a couple of units. A Hydra almost ends up dead, but the Zealot dies instead and running away. Once again, this Archon very, very low on health. The Immortal trying to cover the retreat, but it cannot move and shoot at the same time and might just end up falling to these Glial Reconstitution buffed Roaches, which would be such an embarrassment. An Immortal dying to Roaches, that should never happen at all. Photon Overcharge comes on up, but Scarlett backs out. Meanwhile, 4 Mutas are here, but there's a cannon, 1 cannon, and a few Stalkers. Definitely enough to shoo away this number of Mutas. Now, the question is Scarlett going to go for a lot of Mutas? I don't see that here, and will Barcode respond with Phoenix? I think as a Protoss player, really shouldn't respond with Phoenix until you see, I don't know, a larger group of Mutas, maybe 8 to 10 total. Then at that point, you know that you need them. And these guys are definitely annoying, but the placement of the cannon is pretty good. A couple of probes dying anyway here. And Archon's ready to respond. And yeah, I mean, Barcode is not going into double Stargate technology or anything like that. Meanwhile, big attack here with the Roaches and the Hydras, trying to stab everything in the face with their melee attacks, which are kind of neat and do the same damage as their missile attacks. And coming on in here, the Archons on the right side, Immortals on the right side as well. Zealots right on top of these Roaches. Again, Zealots on Roaches right on top of them do fairly well. The Archons crushing here. 4 kills, 5 kills. The number of Roaches is just a little bit too high, though. However, with the help of the Immortal, which is up to 12 total kills, that is 1 buff Immortal, 4th Nexus on the way. The army for the Zerg does retreat. A big Warpin. Wow. That Archon gets picked up, though. Good, good, good. Warp Prism Micro on that Archon. Don't say that every day. 173 to 112 total supply. Scarlett looking good, looking strong. Army supply 103 to 44, 77 to 69 total workers here as well. And the workers killed is 3 to 5, so nobody's really lost much at all here. Zooming out just a little bit. Roaches moving in here to try to see what they can do. Can they force a cancel on this 4th base? It looks like they can. There's just a lot of DPS here. They do have +1/+1, and indeed, the Nexus does fall. Again, Muta's still trying to kill stuff over here. Doing okay. I think, again, they've killed a small number of Protoss, but not really enough to actually cripple Barcode here. However, getting that 4th base was a huge deal, because look at this. Another hatchery is up here for Scarlett, and the army's getting bigger. Lurkers, Hydras, Roaches, Spore Crawlers. 7 Lurkers in production right now for Scarlett. Pylons, and pretty much the response from Barcode. Scarlett floating a lot of minerals, but again, spending it as best she can, because the gas is what's really keeping her back from building her army as big as she wants. And really, the other thing is the supply cap. 200 supply is the max you can get here, so that is understandable. We're not seeing a whole lot of production. A lot of static defense, which is something you can do as a Zerg player when you're maxed out. Static defense is always nice. Moving in here again with the Roaches and the Hydras, and there's no army to defend this at all. Forcing another cancel? No! Ah, there we go. The Lurkers are covering that angle, and there's the cancel. But a lot of probes, too. Oh, no, probes! Probes, get out! Oh, or get out by dying. I guess that's one way to leave as well. So, all right. So Scarlett with the army. Heading on over, going to do a big attack here, and right on top of everything, the Lurkers do manage to burrow in range of this army. Going for it is Lilbo's Barcode. The Archon's at the top. Splash damage in their way to victory, but I don't think there's an Observer with this group. Oh, there is. There's the Observer now, but again, everything has died. The Immortal's dead. This single Archon is forced to retreat on home. It is 87 to 197 total supply. Scarlett looking strong. These Zealots have +2 attack, which is great, but the Roaches have +2 attack as well. 24 Roaches in production. Did you see that? Scarlett just went ahead and went mass Roach all the way forever and ever. Amen. And just trying to harass at this front door. Trying to kill Archons that are morphing into the front door for reasons unknown. Trying to kill these Pylons. Coming from the backside are the Zealots on top of everything, but the Lurkers do so much damage against those Zealots. However, a bunch of them are still alive. Surprisingly, their Archons exploding as well, and that's it. Barcode with the GG. Barcode has defeated Scarlett's victorious, and Barcode has left the game. Wow. So pretty action-packed game there. I loved the pool first play from Scarlett. Really put the fear of God into the Barcode player. Was able to double expand behind that. Had enough units to handle the Zealot follow-up that Barcode thought for sure would do damage, because Scarlett was droning up like a boss. But again, had just enough to do it, just enough Lings, just enough Roaches to repel it without really losing much of anything here. I mean, Barcode killed 3 workers that entire game, and it's just, that won't do. That won't do against Zerg. You really have to cripple their economy to make something, to really win one of these games, especially at the high level, and Barcode just could not pull it off. So again, if you know who this is, please let me know. I would much appreciate it and love you forever. Alright, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. And yes, let me give some love to Dominique, my screener for LOTV.spawningtool.com. He is very good at finding the best replays, and a lot of the Nation Wars replays are out there too. So he sent me this one, as well as a couple others, just saying they would be of much interest to my viewers, and I have to say that he was right on this. So you can find me at Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and you take care of yourself.